Hello and welcome everyone. Danny Garola, Pink Barn Stamper, coming to you from a very warm Tucson, Arizona. Yes, our desert is definitely hot right now. I think we got up to, I think it was like 104, 105 today. But they said that tomorrow, Wednesday's supposed to be our hottest day. I think they said it could get up to like 112 or maybe 111, something like that. So yuck. That's going to be something like that. That's going to be very warm. Luckily, not much going on. My husband has the next couple of days off, so that'll be nice. He can not have to deal with the crazy heat. Man, I moved my darn stand. Screwed myself up here. There we go. That looks a little bit straighter, hopefully. Yep, we'll go with that. Okay, so I did not feel like going and doing makeup. I didn't want to sit out here in the sweaty hot with makeup on. So I decided, you know what, today you guys aren't going to see me. And that's okay. Y'all know what I look like, right? Anyways, so I hope you guys had a wonderful, safe 4th of July. Ours was very low-key around here. We didn't do much. We did barbecue. My husband did make some homemade Hawaiian mac salad, which I love it when he makes that. He made hot dogs, hamburgers, and then we did some chicken breasts or thighs, maybe it was. So that was really awesome to have a wonderful meal. My mom texted me and she goes, "Hey, I thought you guys were going to probably do some fireworks or something." And so I had to let her know, no fireworks this year. It is just too dry. And I didn't really want to spend the money on fireworks. I just didn't. I mean, we have on the 3rd of July, it is the anniversary of the casino right up the road from us. So typically on the 3rd of July, they do a huge fireworks show. We can't really see the fireworks from our house because we're up on the top of the opposite side of where the casino sits. So we don't get to see the fireworks from there. But I mean, if you drive down the hill and go towards that way, you can see the fireworks. But it wasn't that big of a deal. It was too hot. Didn't want to deal with it. So we just kind of hung out at home and didn't do much. So that was how our 4th of July went. I do have a lot to share with you guys today. We've got a new promotion going on. I want to make sure that I had told you guys that I was going to come in and show you guys the online exclusives that I have gotten. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of show and tell. Now, if you are watching this at a later time and you're watching it from a replay, you can go ahead and fast forward all this and just get straight to the cards if you would like. But I am going to be showing some of our new online exclusives that just dropped in the store this month of July. So cute Halloween set that I'm going to show you guys right now. And if you guys wouldn't mind, before I get started, please come in here and throw me up a thumbs up, like and share this video for me. It really helps with the algorithm of my videos getting seen out there on either Facebook, YouTube, wherever you decide to share it would be fabulous. And if you share it to even more places, plus on you, I give you a huge kudos. So we are also going to, and then I wanted to show you guys the pin that I got for my 5-year anniversary. And we're going to get into the winner of my customer for the month of June. So I will get to that as well. So we do have a lot going on. So I am going to go ahead and get into sharing some things with you guys. So let me move the promotion out of the way and we'll get to that in just a second. So to start with, I'm going to show you the first sweet collection that has just hit my online store in the online exclusives. Now, I kind of feel that that should be called exclusively online because you won't find any of these products in any of my in any of our catalogs. So just know that it is only going to be found online for these products. So this is called Spooky Halloween, along with this is Spooky Halloween dies. So if you love Halloween, you're going to love this sweet collection that I went ahead and got. So if you don't want the full sweet collection, that's great. You don't have to buy the whole sweet collection. You could just buy the stamp set and the dies if you want. You could buy the stamp set if you only want that. There's a lot of cute little critters on here that will be easy to just stamp and color. So cute for some of your little Halloween projects, 3D projects. You have Happy Halloween, Spooky, Don't Worry, Eat Sweets, No Tricks, All Treats. Look at these little bats here. And then you've got these two super cute little characters here with some little sparklies. Then the really fun thing, if you do decide to get the dies along with it, both of these dies right here cut out both of your little cute characters. You've got the little broom right here, and then you can kind of create a really cute little scene. You've got a little haunted house, a picket fence. You've got some bigger bats here, and then you've got a folding label right here. Super cute, but that's not it that I love about this sweet collection. We also have this amazing Halloween paper, and I am a sucker for Halloween things, let me tell you that. This is called Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper. So there is one side and there is the other side. Look at the colors in this paper. Is that not fabulous or what? That makes you want to buy this set just alone because of the gorgeous colors that they have added into these papers. So then the next one, you've got the front and back. Look at this. This is black with little hints of our pumpkin pie orange in there. So perfect for your Halloween cards. The next one, and then this one, you've got all these little candies with some little bats on there. The next one, you've got some windows, some spooky little windows. You've got a cat, you've got a little pumpkin in there, and then you've got your orange over here. The next one is all about tags, which I think is fabulous. You can make little gift tags for your gift treats that you hand out to your little neighbor kids. Just super cute, already designed for you. Just cut those out and then put those onto any of your little gifts that you have. And then this paper right here has probably got to be my favorite. Look at that flamingo. Isn't she just the fanciest, cutest little flamingo you've ever seen? Then you've got a little pig, a bear, you've got a little bat with a ghost costume on. So cute. And then you've got this gorgeous orange over here. Then this comes with 2 sheets of these die cuts. They've already been laser cut for you. All you have to do is pop them out like that. They are not adhesive, so you will have to either pop them up or adhesive them to whatever you like. But look at the goo that goes on the cauldron. You've got the little potions. You've got 4 of these trees, since like I said, you do get 2 sheets of this. You've got your little hippos. So they give you plenty of duplicates. So, you know, as I said, you get 2 sheets. So you have 6 of these little bear fairies. Super cute. So you can really make quite a few little projects with this. That is just wonderful. It's taken the color work out for you. All you have to do is poke these out and voila, you have some great little projects already started for you. And then let's see what else we have to go with that. We also have this gorgeous ribbon that goes with this. I love the pink. Well, it's pink, or Petunia Pop is actually the color. But this ribbon has got an iridescent like strip going through it. They're like the little color strips in there. It is absolutely stunning. I don't think I can catch it on Trying to catch it on camera so you can see that iridescent. Oh, there you can see a little bit of it. It is so pretty, and it is very, very pliable. So you can really make some cute bows with this and not have to worry about it being too stiff. So gorgeous. Now that is called the iridescent ribbon in the Petunia Pop. Okay, so that came with that sweet collection. Again, you can order that by itself if you just like the ribbon. Iridescent treat bags. So this comes with 20 treat bags. So again, perfect for those little pop-out laser cuts that I was telling you about, that you could just put a piece of ribbon. You can use that ribbon and put around the edge of that, put a couple little pieces of candy in there, and then you've got this beautiful iridescent little bags. So very, very awesome. There is 20 in there. If you've got kiddos, grandkids in school and you want to make little treats for people, that would be a really good thing to grab. And then I think probably my favorite part about this suite, well, maybe not my favorite, I love the paper. We have got these fabulous little stars. These are called the Shimmer Star Foam Stickers. So these are foam. So see how they're squishy? So they will lay flat-ish in a card that you create. You've got the sparkles in there. And look, they are so Halloween colors. Aren't those delicious? Oh, love them. So I can't wait to start playing with Halloween. I know this is going to be kind of pathetic, but I've actually already started decorating for Halloween. I was hanging my little ghosts out yesterday on our Arizona room. I also put up one of my big wreaths, my big Halloween wreaths. I was just feeling very Halloween-y. And every day now, since the 4th of July, I have been wearing a Halloween shirt. I know, crazy I am, but oh well. It's my life and I'll do what I want. Hello, Cheryl. Okay, so let's take this paper. So that was everything that was in the collection, the sweet collection for the spooky Halloween set. Now I'm going to share with you guys, I wanted to get that paper opened. I'm going to share with you guys, this is called Charming Day. Oh, let me really quick, since I still have this sitting here, this is a photopolymer stamp set. I haven't even opened it, so I wasn't sure. So that is photopolymer. It looks like this one, this is called Charming Day, is going to be your red rubber. Just because I know some people, that matters. Let's get this open. All right. Let's see what fabulousness we have in here. Oh, look at those flowers. Oh my gosh. So you guys, I was telling you that I love this single flower right here, how it already is detailed. You could just cut that out of any color paper and it's already ready to go. But then you've got these beautiful stamps over here that do coordinate with the outline images right here. Those two flowers get cut out. It also looks like this little leaf down here gets cut out. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are standalone dies that will cut out your flowers, a bushel of flowers here, your one stem flower here, and then you've got some foliage over here. So these are all detailed with some leaves. Very, very neat stamp set here. Thanks for being you. Happy birthday. Can't wait to see you again. You made my day. And hey, hey girl, hey. I wish I had a stamp that said that. I always joke around and say that to my mom. I'm like, hey girl, hey. Okay, here is the paper. The paper was the seller for me on this. I loved the colors that were in this paper. This paper has got some gorgeous colors in it. This is called the Floral Charm paper. Look at that pretty peacock right there. Isn't that, oh, so, so pretty. And then it matches so well with this because you've got the pretty peacock leaves in here. The next one, look at that with that brown, or maybe that's pecan. Maybe that is a pecan pie in there. Let's see what color that is that they have paired that with. It looks like, oh, it doesn't say brown in there, but I'm guessing you could probably, look, I have early espresso sitting right here. You could use early espresso. You could probably use pecan pie. Oh yeah, see, that goes too. So you've got lots of options with the browns, and the, it looks like that would probably be either Blackberry Bliss or Berry Burst in there. And then look at this one with the blues and those oranges. That's Timid Tiger, one of our new in colors. You've got your, I think that's probably Night of Navy. Yep, Night of Navy and Mossy Meadow. Okay. The next one, you've got Mossy Meadow on this side. And look at that. That almost reminds me of like a fall color to it. Because you do have those different tones of the oranges, kind of a burnt Cajun Craze, maybe. That almost looks like a Cajun Craze. I know they're saying that it's Timid Tiger, but you could use Cajun Craze with that, and that would be pretty. You could go in with theirs. I think that's their Blackberry Bliss right there. It says Blackberry Bliss and Berry Burst, but look at those two with that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, delish. Okay. And then the next one. Look at that. Oh, that is Night of Navy. Oh, look at those colors. Look, you've got some shaded spruce in there, which I have right there. Shaded spruce in with that, with the blue and that Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. Oh, so pretty. And then the last one is your Blackberry Bliss with these gorgeous florally prints over here. Oh, so pretty. Can't wait to use that as well. I was actually thinking about using one of these sets today, but I had the Feathered Fun already out here playing with it, so that's why I went ahead and went with that. This sweet collection also includes these beautiful, these are called Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. So you've got the different colors in there. I love the Night of Navy. I love when they come out with those dark blues. I'm a sucker for the dark blues in our gems because I always need something to go on like a masculine card. And so I like when they do the blues and the browns because those seem to kind of be more masculine card driven. Then we've got, this is called the Petal Pink, the Braided Trim. Now this, I was kind of leery on. I definitely knew that I needed to feel it. Well, it's actually not as like thick and abrasive as I thought, because some of our braided trim has been kind of a scratchy kind of feeling. This is actually kind of soft. Now, as far as making a bow, let me see here. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be, but we can try. It's going to be a very thick bow. I mean, it would work, but it is thick. So that would probably need to go, if you're gonna make a bow, I would say I would put that on probably a hand deliver card. I don't know if I would put that inside of the mail, just because it's probably not gonna go through their machine and they're gonna wanna charge you more because of that huge bump. So just to let you know, but it is really pretty. It is soft. It's not scratchy feeling, but you can loop just one layer around a card base. Like, let me see, I have just a white piece sitting here. Like if you were to take a white and just wrap it around like that, that gives a really cool look to it. And then you would adhere the backs to that. And you're still using something that has a different kind of texture to it to just give a different kind of feel to your card. So it's good to do it that way. And then that would actually go through the regular mail. That would be flat enough. So again, that is called Petal Pink Braided Trim. So that is that sweet collection, the Charming Day collection. So there are both of those. Those are the two that I got on my pre-order when I did it for my online exclusives. I had to hold back and tell myself I have a new shopping cart full of things that I still didn't get at the time, but I knew that I wanted. But I really wanted to take advantage of that last month's promotion that we had going on, the buy one, get one half off with the sweet collections. So that's why I went ahead and got those two. And then I knew that I would go ahead and purchase the other stuff this month. So I will be placing another order for more online exclusives, but you can go check all those things out at the store. shopdannygorilla.com is how you're going to get to my store. Hit that shop button in the menu, drop down. You can drop down and go to current products, I think it's called, or shopping. What is it called? It would be shop products, and then you can go right to the online exclusives, and then it'll take you right in and you can see all the things that we have exclusively online. Hello, Anna. Okay, so let me cross that off on my list. I had a whole list of things that I needed to make sure that I share with you guys, because last week I told you I was going to share the cards that I've been getting, and I forgot when I closed out the video. Okay, so let me share with you guys. This is my 5-year Stampiversary pin. Isn't that so cool? I had no idea that for 5 years that they sent us a pin. I probably could have looked at my reference guide and probably saw that, but you know what? I didn't look. But this is so pretty. And I put these on my apron that I wear to my in-person classes. So then everybody can see kind of my achievements, because I'm kind of proud of those. All right, so now let's get to our June customer of the month winner. So I have a small pack of this designer series paper along with the corner bouquet, the red rubber stamp set here. This is gonna go to Miss Mary Guy. So Mary, this is gonna be coming your way. Watch for your happy mail, and thank you guys so much for shopping with me. So the way that it works for my winner of the month, the more orders you place with me, the more times you get entered into the giveaway. And that way, at the end of the month, I just put everybody's names into a random generator that I use on my computer. It's called Wheel of Names. And like I said, the more times you shop in the month, the more times you get added into that. And that's how Mary got this last month of June. So that's going to be going in the mail to Mary. So let me set that back here so I don't forget that. I'm going to move that back there too. Too many things going on my desk. Now I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the cards that I have received now before I forget again. All right. This card just came in the mail from Miss Cheryl Merzenik. I opened this up and I was like, how do I fold this? Like, what do you do with this? And then I was like, oh, you push it. Is that not the coolest little thing that you could just set on your desk just like so? And it says, just to brighten your day, get well soon. And I'm assuming it's because she found out that I had COVID and she was sending me a cute little, brighten your day to go on my desk here. And I'm going to keep that right over here on my desk because that is just so cute. I love the way that sets up. I think I might actually do something like this and share it with you guys on one of this week's Make It Monday. The next card, this got sent to my son from Miss Anna Rebadoo, who is on here live with us right now. What a cool, rad card, I must say, Anna. You so outdo yourself, girl. when he opened this up, he was like, "Oh, look, Mom." He goes, "It's kind of like my car." I go, "Yeah, it is. I mean, we don't have a stamp that was a El Camino, but you get the gist where she was going with that." He's like, "Yeah, that is a nice card." So I told him, I go, "Well, I'm going to have to take your card from you. I know he likes to display the cards that he gets sent." So it was his birthday on July 1st. He turned 20 years old. So I told him I was going to bring it out here, and that as soon as I showed it, I would bring it into him. So last week he asked me, he goes, "Hey, did you show my card?" And I was like, "No, I forgot." He's like, "Well, I need that." I'm like, "Okay, I will make sure I do show it and you will get it back." So that one is from Miss Anna Revedue. Then for Miss Katie Cat's birthday, look, there's a picture of Katie Cat that Miss Frida pulled that picture, I'm assuming off of either Facebook or Instagram or something, where she got the picture of Caden. And she has made all these little dogs, and their little heads are all popped up. They all have dimension. So Caden's birthday was actually on the 19th of June. So she had sent this to Miss Katie Cat. So super, super cute. Wishing her a wonderful birthday. So thank you so much, Frida, for that. Okay, that one was from Frida. And then this one here, wishing you oceans of happiness. This one came from Anna as well. And I did drop a couple of drops of water on it when I was giving my daughter a drink. So she did beautiful water wash on this, and I ruined it when I gave my daughter a drink when I was opening this birthday card up for my daughter. So I ruined it by putting splatters on it, but you know what? It kind of goes with the ocean effect, so I'm not hating it. It says, "Wishing you oceans of happiness." And because we went to the aquarium, Anna nailed this one spot on. My daughter loves fish, and so we went to the aquarium. And so when I opened up this card for my daughter, I was like, "Oh my gosh, look, Anna listened to what I said and saw that we were going to the aquarium and made you a cute little aquarium card." So absolutely adorable, Anna. She put some more little fish in here, and this has got Wink of Stella on it. So it's so sparkly and shiny. I had this sitting up for my daughter, and so I told her I had to take it as well because I know she likes looking at her cards. And then Caden also got this happy birthday card from my mom. When she came over and brought Caden her presents, she went ahead and made a card too. So I was quite proud of my mom for getting her craftness on, because she owns all this product and hardly ever uses it because she's got arthritis and she's starting to get the shaky hands. So she always gets so discouraged thinking that she can't put things together. But she brought this card over and I was like, "See, I told you can do it." And she goes, "Yeah, but it's kind of simple." I go, "Who cares? You made it. It's fabulous. Regardless how simple it is, I think it's beautiful." So I was quite proud of her for making my daughter a card. So that one's from my mom. She also decided to add the little flowers to the envelope here as well. So those are the cards that I wanted to share with you guys. And now we are going to get into our promotions, and then we're going to get right into the Feathered Fun class that I have prepared for you guys today. So what I do want to share with you guys is that we have a fabulous promotion going on. This is starting Wednesday, July 9th. It is 20% off on all of our two-tone cardstock. This is a 3-day sale. Perfect opportunity to stock up on every color of our two-tone cardstock. Whether you're making cards or a scrapbook spread, two-tone cardstock is a must-have for crafting staple. So you can find our two-tone cardstock. This is the annual catalog. I marked a bunch of other pages, but I forgot to mark the two-tone paper. But I know it's right here available. Unless I already passed it. Let me go here to paper, and we'll go to two-tone, page 77. So I wasn't there yet. So two-tone paper, is like this. Here are all the colors of two-tone paper that we have. So we just had a really good deal on our last chance products, and I actually swooped a couple of these up. They do come in our scrapbooking kits. So here is a, I think I have all my scrapbooking kits pretty much made, but I can at least show you what it looks like on a scrapbook. So if you look at a scrapbook layout, you'll see right here, this is one side of the two-tone, and then if you flip it, not sure if you can see how much lighter this is compared to that darker pink here. So that's what two-tone is. One side is darker than the other side. So I ordered a couple of these. These were our Halloween memory packs that we had that were inside of our online, our last chance. And there, you can really tell within those two, you can see the darker side and the lighter side. That's what two-tone paper is. So I'll just kind of show you really quick the difference on there. See where this one looks gray and that's black? Then we have our Granny Apple Green. And I guess that one, oh, I already used one of those for a scrapbook. So there's the two different colors that you can see it right there. This is darker than that lighter. And then we've got the Gorgeous Grape. And I think I already used a piece of the Pool Party. So the lighter and the darker. So just so you can kind of see what the heck two-tone paper is, because I mean, I could sit here all day long and tell you about it, but until you kind of see it firsthand, to see those two different tones of it, that really gives you the feel, because these little squares are kind of hard to tell what the heck they mean by two-tone. And over here, I don't think this really shows it much either. So that's why I definitely wanted to share with you guys that starting on Wednesday, the 9th, those two-tone papers will be, cardstock will be 20% off. And it's only a 3-day sale. So it will go through Friday the 11th. Just so you're aware of that. Great for scrapbooking, like I said. Hey, Kimberly. Hello, Susan. Hello, Linda. Welcome, you guys. So just so you guys are aware of that sale coming up, I will put a blog post on my blog. If you go to pinkbarnstamper.com, that is my blog. That's where you're going to find the promotions that we have running. I like I said, I haven't done this one yet. I'll do this one tonight and get that added to my blog. But you will find Make It Monday over there. It will take me probably through tomorrow morning to get the blog post done for tonight's Make It Monday, but you could go there and you can see all of my past Make It Monday classes and see the cards that I have created for that. Right now through July 10th, we have our Sweeter With You. This is our paper pumpkin for the month of July. This is a craft sweet handmade cards featuring sun-kissed strawberries and breezy gingham. Makes 8 cards to each of 4 designs with 8 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces with vellum accents, hand-painted card base designs, and then it says it's going to come in a charming little gingham box that coordinates with this kit. So super cute little box that you can even put a little cover over the front here, or put like a little label or whatever to cover Paper Pumpkin, and you can gift this with these cards that you hand make inside of them and give that to somebody who you know that likes to give cards. So it's just kind of fun when they do these little decorative boxes. I really like that. So that is available through July 10th. If you go to my store, shopdannygorola.com, and you go to Paper Pumpkin subscription, you can see all the different ways that you can get your Paper Pumpkin sent to you right in the mail. Also, we have for this quarter, this is our Circle of Seasons dies. This will go with our next 3 months of kits. So July, August, and September is this wonderful little add-on. So this will be right in my online store where you can go and up in that search bar, you can type in Circle of the Seasons dies and you can add that onto one of your orders. So then that will coordinate with your next 3 months of paper pumpkins if you choose to go that route. So it's really nice to have a little add-on to go with that. Mystery stamping. I will be putting out the supplies on Wednesday the 9th. So this coming up Wednesday, we will be going live on the 16th over on my private Facebook group, Pink Barn Stampers group. And then I will be drawing the winner on the 23rd. So you guys can read all about that over on our private group. If you're not a part of that yet, please go over there and join that. Please be sure that you answer the questions. I have so many people sitting kind of in the waiting right now because people aren't answering the questions. And I make it pretty mandatory that you have to answer the questions in order for me to let you in that group, merely for the fact that I like people to answer the questions so I can see that it is a real person and that we're not getting bots. And not to say that a scammer can't come in there and answer the questions, but they're less likely to because that takes out of their time when they're trying to just scam us. So just to let you guys know, that's why if you have asked to join the group and I have not accepted your request, that's why. It's because you didn't answer the questions. So just simply go back into Facebook and answer those questions and then I'll let you in. And please be sure to read. I only have a few rules that I really kind of like to follow as well. You have to have a profile picture because, again, it just keeps us safer knowing that it is a real picture of something, you know, that you've taken the time to put on there versus sometimes people will duplicate accounts and that's how things fall through the cracks. And I'm just trying not to let that happen. Okay, so I shared the cards. I shared that. Oh, how did your guys' 4th of July go? Did you guys do anything spectacular besides let off fireworks? Did you guys go anywhere? Did you eat a special like meal that you make every year? I would love for you guys to write in the comments and let me know what you guys did or what you ate or where you went. That's always fun. Okay, so I am going to be using the Feathered Fun stamp set for this week's Make It Monday. This is a reversible stamp set is what it is called. So in other words, not only do you have the ability to stamp with the detailed cute little images, but you can flip that stamp over and use the solid images from the back. Now, I do know that we have another stamp set that is available to do this, but just so you can see some more little inspiration that they have shared with you, you can go to page number 94 and check this set out. Also, we have another set, which is called the Natural Botanics. That is also a reversible stamp set if you're all about the reversible. And I will show you how I'm going to use that on one of the cards tonight. So Natural Botanicals, that's on page 98 if you want to check that out. It's all about leaves, flowers, really, really pretty. And you can see how it's done. So then you would know how to do it with that stamp set as well. All right, so the kit for this month is, or for this week, is going to have 3 cards in it as usual. And each envelope has its individual cardstock placed in each one of them. So when you go into my store and you spend $35 or more with me this week, so through Sunday the 13th, I will be sending you this kit in the mail. Now, it does not come with any stamped images on it, and it doesn't come with any embellishments. If I do use a ribbon, I will add that to your kit, but for the most part, you're going to get all the cardstock. Now, I will let you know, I am going to be using a couple of different dies in this. Now, since I am going to be using other dies, I will make sure that I put those other die pieces in your kit for you so you can make these. Also, you will need to buy the Feathered Fun stamp set in order to create the cards exactly how I am going to show you tonight. The pieces that are going to be embossed, I will make sure I emboss them for you ahead of time because I don't expect you to have it all. But like I said, since I cannot give you any stamped images, you are going to have to purchase this stamp set in order to create the cards exactly as I have done. All right, so first card, we are going to our card base. I am using one of our new in colors. This is called Secret Sea, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a good crease with a solid object, just like that. You could also, if you don't have a bone folder, you can grab one of your stamp blocks and run that across there. It works also. So I'm gonna set that aside for the moment. I also need a layer that is going to be for the front of my card base. This is 4 by 5 1/4. This is just basic white. So that will go right like so. Now I do have a dilemma. I wasn't quite certain what designer series paper that I wanted to use. So I'm gonna need your guys' help. So when we get there, I'm going to kind of take a poll and you guys can tell me what you think looks best. So I also need to use, I'm gonna need a scrap of white and I'm also bringing in my Stylish Shapes dies. Now I need, I think this is the second from largest circle die. This is 2 3/8. Oh no, let me go to the actual inside edge. So it is we'll say it is 2 5/8. That's from the inside edge there, just so you know the size. So I am going to go ahead and die cut a circle from that. Now I went ahead and already did this so we could save ourselves some time here because I knew this video was going to be long because of all the things that I had to show ahead of time. I'm going to take that white circle and I am going to place it inside of my Birchwood 3D embossing folder. Just like so. I'm going to take my circle in there. I'm going to run that through my embossing folder. And because of the magic of TV, I already have that done. So I will make sure you get this piece inside of your kit. So that is going to go on my card like so. Now, what I have done is I have brought in, whoops, I'm throwing pieces around. Don't throw your pieces. I have brought in some of the 2025-2027 in color 6x6 designer series paper. Now, I originally chose to use this side. Now, let me kind of show you where I'm going with this. So in this, you've got these different designs. Now it's in all 5 of our new in colors. So I chose the 2 different patterns from, I mean, you actually get 4 different patterns, but I chose the 2 different sheets from the Secret Sea. And I like the fact that it looked like it had cloud cover too, because cloud cover and Secret Sea are going to be my main colors that I use on this card. So I came in here and I was like, I don't know. I mean, and maybe I need to actually do the other part first before I pick this, but I just want to give you guys kind of an idea of the 4 different patterns that are here. So what I'm going to do with whatever pattern we decide is it's going to go there and it's going to go there. This is going to get cut off. Our circle is going to stay there, but I wasn't sure if I wanted the flowers or if I wanted the speckles. I think that's a little too dark, but once I show you the other, once we get the birds on there, you guys can decide. There's that with that, or we've got the lines. I kind of was digging the lines, but like I said, you guys are going to help me out. So there are the 4 different options of the patterns that we're going to be choosing from. 4th of July, I was working in Walmart at my job. And then on the 5th, we moved to a new apartment. Oh, wow. That sounds busy. That's a busy 4th of July. Susan says that she had to work, and then the following day, on the 5th of July, she had to move. Ugh, that doesn't sound like a fun 4th of July. But you know what? As long as you like your new home, that's all that matters. That's always, I mean, it's always kind of fun to move. I hate the moving part of it, but decorating a new home is always kind of fun. Kimberly said that we are at the lake for 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I envy you. All her kids are there, or were there for 4th of July. Her son and her girlfriend were there for the first week. Aw, that's awesome, Kimberly. I'm glad you got to spend the holiday with your kids. That's so cool. Okay. Didn't I see, Cheryl, didn't you post something that one of your neighbors caught their house on fire? That's definitely not a fun 4th of July. I think it was you, Cheryl, that didn't you post something about one of your neighbors, or they lit something on fire? I thought it was one of your posts that I read. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be somebody completely different and I'm just blah, 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 rammering on. Okay, then I need another scrap of paper, and this is where we are going to do our reversible birds here. So I'm going to set this and this aside. I am going to bring in my Secret C and my little cloud cover, because I do have the full cloud cover stamp set. But the color of mine, because that was the reason why my Stampin' Up! Did not offer cloud cover in the full ink pad to their customers, because the color is not true. Something with the chemical of our foam pads has distorted the color where it's not this, it's very gray. So I have heard other demonstrators that have taken their full stamp pad into their sink, and they've washed the color completely out of it, and then they re-ink it with the new inker. And then when they see that the color starts changing, they will just keep rinsing it out and adding more ink. Now, I know I need to do that. I just haven't done it yet. And since you guys can't purchase this, I thought that would be like not fair to show it to you that way. So what we have done is we have purchased some of the uninked ink spots, and then we just put the ink in that, and that's how we get our true color. Because it is not a foam pad, this is more of a woven pad that the color has not changed in it. So you get actually the true color from that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to grab both of my big blocks. I'm going to use these 2 birds right here. I think they are just so stinking cute. Okay, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Secret C first. Now, I have placed this where the solid part of the stamp is being laid down first, and I now have the detail of the bird going to be stamped. So here is my first bird. I'm going to do my second bird. Just like so. Okay, now I need to clean my stamps off, because we're now going to flip those. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and I'm just going to flip that bird over, and now I put that detailed part on the block, and now the solid part is standing up. And I'm just going to wipe that off really quick. So I'm going to flip this over like so. Just kind of clean that off just a little bit, get any lint or anything off of there. And then taking that solid image now, I'm going to put that in my cloud cover ink. And now you're going to see what this is going to do for us. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that just right into the outline image of that bird. Look at that. So now, I now have my image completely in color using the flip side of that. So now I'm going to do it again with this bird. So this makes this stamp set real easy if you are just using 2 different colors. There is some fabulous inspiration online that you can see these being done. Like you can do a rainbow of these birds in different colors. It's really kind of cool. Oops. Okay, so now that we have our birds done, I now need to grab my early espresso, and I am going to grab my little branch. So out of here, we've got these little branches down here. So I'm just gonna grab one of my branches, and I think I actually grabbed the wrong one. I need this one right here. So there's actually a short one, and then there's 2 longer branches right here. And I'm going to use my early espresso. And again, you can decide what side of that branch you want to use. Okay, and I am just going to, well, let's get some ink on that. Gosh, couldn't even tap it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut all of these out, because this does not have a die set that allows me to put into the die machine. But I will tell you, this stamp set doesn't have any harsh edges or lots of little ripples or anything. You just cut right around the outline of it, and it is super easy. Now, for the sake of time, I have already done this for you guys, and I have already cut out my branch and my 2 birds. As you can see, here's the one that I just stamped, so I've already got those cut out. Okay, so there is that. So now let's bring our card back in and decide. So my circle, as I was saying, my circle is going to stay in the center. My birds, whoops, my branch needs to go down first. My birds are going to go like so. And that branch is more or less to just make them look like they're not just floating in air. So it'll make it look like they're actually hanging onto the branch. So there is, actually, you know what? That'll look better like that, maybe. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do the front because his feet are sticking out of the front. We'll do that, and then he's turned that way. Okay, so, oh, my throat is so dry. Now, since that's what that is going to look like, I wasn't sure if I liked, so there's one pattern with that. Unless we bring in, maybe we don't like the secret C. Maybe we need to actually bring in the cloud cover. Would that be better? Do you like it with... Let's see. So we could either do cloud cover, or do you like the Secret Sea? I guess that's where... So we have the stripe pattern. Let's, I guess, figure out what color we like first. I think that's way too dark. So we can either go with the stripes. So we could either do the cloud cover on there. I don't know. I don't think I like the cloud cover, to be honest with you. I think I like the stripes, and I think I like the stripes in the Secret Sea. Okay, Kimberly says Secret Sea. Cheryl says stripes. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, you've seen it look like that, right? That's just too dark. I don't think I like that. Okay, so we're kind of digging the stripes, but then we've got these flowers. Nope, I'm still thinking stripes. What are you guys feeling? Are those leaves or feathers? On what? Oh, on this? Those are leaves. On the paper, is that what you're talking about? When Susan asked, are those leaves or feathers? These are leaves, and I think, did the other one have? Yeah, no, those are just leaves. Now, on that smaller strip, what side was that on? On this, they kind of do look like they could probably be feathers. But on the full sheet, it's definitely more of a leaf pattern. But no, I get where you're saying that those do like look like leaves. So what are we still feeling? Are we still feeling stripes? Stripes or flowers? Okay. So there's flowers, or there is stripes. I don't know. I'm really digging those stripes. We're going to go with stripes. I think I saw enough of you guys pop up stripes that I think we're digging stripes. Okay, cool. All right, so let's move all these things and let's get these adhered down to this. Get the glue goober off. And when I put this away, I didn't put it upside down, so it's going to be gross and clogged. Okay. And let's go ahead and, whoops, I need to take some glue a little bit further down. Hopefully, none of you guys live in Texas where they had that crazy flooding. I mean, I have been watching that story since the day it happened, 4th of July. And wow, how sad. All those poor little babies. I mean, they weren't babies, but to me, they're under, 10 years old. They're still babies. God, I can't imagine. We have flooding here, but not crazy flooding like that where, yes, our rivers do rise with the monsoons and that kind of stuff. And there are people who try to be tough and try to drive through the water. And the slogan here, and I heard them say it, that's their slogan in Texas as well, turn around, don't drown. But I was seeing videos that people were posting that people were still trying to drive across that water in Texas. But yeah, how crazy is that? Like, that's crazy flooding. That's not my jam. Weather can be a crazy thing, I tell you. Okay, I think I'm gonna pop that up. And I think I'm gonna actually I'm gonna leave this bird down because we're gonna put this in front of that bird. And we're gonna pop that bird up. Oh yeah, okay, let's do that. So let's glue this little bird down. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to glue it down also. Going to place that right like that so it looks like his little feet are on it. Oops, I need to move this bird over. Don't be stuck yet. Oh, there we go. Whew, I got lucky. It's kind of nice having that be embossed because then it gives me some time for that glue to not set. Okay, so now we're gonna take some dimensionals on this bird. Okay, we're gonna pop him up. Yesterday, I actually, speaking of birds, went over and clipped my mom. My mom has a parakeet, and I went over and I clipped his nails for him because his nails, my mom's not brave enough. She's so scared to do it. So I go over there and I trim. He was our bird to begin with, but when we moved, we just didn't have the space for him. And so he went to go live with my mom because they don't have kids running around. They don't have, you know, crazy things happening at their house. They're to the age where they just chill out at home and watch TV and that kind of stuff. So it's much quieter at their house. And she loves the bird. Even growing up, I remember we always had birds. So he's very content being at her home. And so because she's intimidated by cutting his nails will get really long and they start curving. So he'll stand on his little like wood perch like this and his little nails will just wrap around. And I'm like, Mom, we got to do something about that. And then I get busy doing stuff and I'm like, okay, I'll do it for you. But then I forget, or I get busy and just don't get time to go over there yet. So I told her yesterday, I go, no matter what, I'm making time to come over there and trim poor little Tweeter's nails. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna pop that up. I think I'm going to, maybe I am going to pop that up. I change my mind. I do that a lot. All right. Let's take these little backings off. Let's add this right like so. There we go. So we started with a very simple-ish kind of card. And now we're going to kind of step these up. I really wanted to share with you guys how you use these cards as far as the reverse is done. So that's why I wanted to do more of a simple card. So these are very easy. You could come in with so many combos of colors to create that same card. Now I'm going to take another little stripe of this, and I'm just gonna come in with a 1/2 inch, and we're gonna put that on the inside. Now, this stamp set does not have any sentiments in it. So I'm not putting sentiments on any of my cards. These cards are going to be in my stash that when I need to have a card that's already made that doesn't have a sentiment, because most of my cards have sentiments on them and they're just not always, when you go to grab for a card, not something that you need. And I'm looking through all my box of birthday and, you know, I'll find, you know, 75 birthday cards in there, but the sentiments just don't fit with who I'm giving it to. So I like having cards like this in my stash that don't have a sentiment on it. Oh, you know what I was just thinking? You know those embellishments that I just had? I wonder if those would work. I don't know. I kind of think I need some Secret C on there. Let me see. Right here. Yep. Yepers. I think we're going to go with the Secret C ones. Or not Secret C. Cloud cover. That was what I was trying to come up with. Yep, I think cloud cover is going to be, not those. Cloud cover is what I need. Okay. So we're going to take this inside. So then when I go to find a card, and if I need a congratulations, I need a retirement, I need any kind of card, I can come in here, plop a sentiment in here, and I've got a card ready to go. And I like having a stash of those in my card piles that are just simple, easy, add something to it, and boom. Put it in the mail. Okay, so I'm going to use the cloud cover. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to pop that one there. Let's do this one right there. And let's take a biggie and put it right down there. And you know what? Just because I feel like it doesn't have enough. I said I was keeping it simple, which I still am. But I'm going to come in here with just a touch of Wink of Stella. And I am just going to put just ever so little amount of the sparkle just on these outside feathers. Because you know how birds, their feathers almost look like they're sparkly because of the color change in them? Okay, so there we go. There is my first card using the Feathered Fun reversible stamp. So really kind of a cute little card there, okay? Now, let's put this paper away so I don't, because it's right on the edge of where I have everything setting, because I know if I hit that, it's just gonna go flying everywhere, and then I'm gonna be playing, how many pieces are in here? There's 40. I'm gonna be playing 40 pickup, and I don't want to. Okay. All right, let me clean these stamps because I am done with those birds. We are going to use different birds for the other two cards. Okay, so let's take these off. Stick them back in here. Okay, so for the next card, I am going to be using these two birds that are already joined together. These guys right here. Now, this card, I feel it's more of a fall look. And you guys can decide how you feel about it. I just think the colors of the birds just kind of remind me of fall. All right, so now let's grab my second card kit here. Lay all my pieces out. Okay, my card base is going to be pumpkin pie. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Give that a good crease on there. My next layer that I have, this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I am going to come in with the, this is a new embossing folder. This is called the Damask Design embossing folder. This is not a 3D folder. So for that, I'm just going to make it where the damask is going vertical. I mean, you could do it whatever way you want to, but I don't want it going that way. I think that doesn't look right. So I'm gonna turn it and I'm gonna go this way. And now I'm gonna run that through my embossing cutter. So I need plate 1 and 2 plate 3s. And I'm just going to run that through. Okay, there's that. All right, so now you can see that has been embossed with that beautiful pattern there. So then what we're going to do is I am going to take a sponge dauber. I'm going to take my scissors and I am going to just kind of fray the edges without that thing clanking around on the desk, making a bunch of noise. I'm just going to we used to sell, I thought we used to sell a little round, it almost looked like a little keychain thing. And it was round and it had like a little blade in it. And the way it would sit, it was like kind of like that. And when you take your paper, you put it at the edge. And when you would pull it, it would do both sides. So I'm kind of applying a little bit of pressure as I'm dragging the edge of that scissor across there to give kind of a worn, distressed look. Okay, I think that looks good. Now, using my sponge dauber and my pecan pie, I'm going to dip that in there and I'm going to go around the edges first. Just flicking that ink in that distressed, worn look that I just gave that. Okay, then I'm gonna add just a little bit more ink and lightly apply pressure. So I know I'm not pushing it so hard that I'm like getting little swirly marks on there, but I'm pushing it enough to just get that raised pattern with some ink on it. So it kind of darkens up that damask pattern on there. Okay, then I'm gonna flip that around and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way up, finishing all those off. And I'm doing it darker in certain areas so it looks like it's not all been done professionally, but that it's got just a different tone throughout that. Okay, so that's the part that I need there. All right, so you can see how that's kind of made that pattern somewhat pop off that page a little bit. Now, I want to take my black Stampin' Right and I'm going to move anything that I don't want ink to pop up on, and I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper along with the more painted tip of my brush, and I'm just going to flick. Using that cap, I'm flicking that paint tip onto my paper. Then I'm gonna get that kind of glob that's there, just put it back into my pen. Okay, so then that gives me kind of that splattered paint look onto that. Gives it more of a distressed kind of look to it. Worn distressed, which is what I'm going for. Okay, the next piece that I have is a strip of pecan pie. This measures 1 inch by 4 7/8. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to move that out of the way, and this is just water in a little spray. I'm going to come in here, whoops, if I can find the spray as I'm spraying it everywhere but where I need it. I'm just going to wet this piece like so. Then I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to smash it. Just get it nice and crinkly. Really smash that up. Okay, and then I'm going to unfold it, and you're going to get little cottonies on you because that paper, you're breaking down the fibers of that paper. So then when you're done, you have this piece that almost looks like a worn piece of leather, especially when you use that pecan pie paper. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and give that just a little time to dry while I go ahead and do everything else, because we are still not done with that little piece. So now this is going to get adhered right to our card front, and then we can decide which way do we want to see. I think I want it going that way. So I'm going to get a good layer on the edge to really hold this down. So we want to make sure that glue gets into all those little crevices. Sorry, I needed a drink. Okay, so there is our card base. So the next thing we need is we need to have a scrap piece of early espresso and a scrap of, this is our crumb cake, if I can remember what color it is. And I'm going to stamp those two birds, and I'm going to stamp those in Memento ink because I'm going to be using some Stampin' Rights and coloring this. Words are hard right now. I swear. I feel like I'm losing my marbles. Okay, there's our birds. So again, all I've done with this is I've bought in one of our white pigment ink pads. These come with no ink on them, but it does come with a little white refill. I don't add the white refill to it. I just keep it as an extra for my white pad. But I have taken my Memento ink, and as you can see, I've put the label up here at the top, and I put that all on this pad. It makes the most crisp images when you stamp with this ink pad. So I don't know if I'll ever go back, just saying. It's pushed me over the edge. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to come in with not this little branch, but come on now. I'm going to use the smaller little branch. So this little one right here, I need that on here. So let's grab the smaller one. Okay, we're going to keep that sitting there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab pumpkin. This is light and dark pumpkin. And I'm going to take the dark pumpkin first, and I'm just going to kind of make a the dark as the edge, just going around his little belly. Same with the other one. Okay, like so. Then I am going to come in with the light, and I'm just going to start at his little feathers and then bring that light pumpkin in there. Just kind of lightly touching that dark pumpkin to blend that in. Okay. Then we're going to use our light gray granite. And I'm just going to come up here and do the top of his little head, or their heads, like so. And I'm going to come in here and do his little neck, and then we're going to go around this little one's neck. Like that. I'm going to bring in the light pumpkin and do both of their little peckers. Okay, I need pecan and I need my light crumb cake. So I'm going to take the crumb cake first, and I'm just going to come down right in the center of the little feathers and do the same thing on the tail. Okay, then I'm going to come in with light pecan and just finish down through the bottom of all the feathers. Okay, just like that. Then what we're going to do is we are going to grab, there it is. We're going to grab these are called the Nested Essentials dies, and the second from smallest, no, I'm going to do the third from smallest. I mean, no, second from largest. Geez Louise, figure it out. And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to die cut that. If I can get my plate situated here. All right, let's cut these cutie little birds out. Okay, there's our birds. Now I need my pecan pie. Or actually, no, I don't. I need early espresso. I need early espresso and that little branch. And I'm just going to put that little branch right underneath their feet. So again, they're not just hanging in the air. They're actually sitting on something. All right, and then with our, that feels pretty dry. With our scrap of early espresso, I'm going to bring in these are called the Thoughtful Wishes dies. I'm going to use this die right here that has these little blossoms on it. I'm going to die cut that from a piece of early espresso. When I do, I get a piece that looks like this, and it's gotten all shifted in here because I had it in my card. So there's my piece. So what I'm gonna do with this now is find my snips, and I think I'm gonna snip that right there. Okay, so just coming to the center of that and just cutting that. Perfect. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna see, just kind of maneuver these around. If I put them together, how do I like those? I don't like that. So maybe I'll come this way. Kind of just have a few of those overlapping. Yep, we'll go like that. So I'm just gonna put a dot of glue on the bottom little branch of this, and then take this other one and just kind of place it over top, just like so. And then with my glue still here, I am going to put more glue on that stem, and I'm just going to turn that and go right like that. I want those coming out of Yep, that looks good, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna come in here with this piece. It feels pretty dry. And grabbing that scrap of paper again, I'm going to take that ink dauber. Maybe I need a little bit more color here, and I was using the pecan. Ah, that looks better. And it really gives it that leather look because it's going to hit all those high ridges that you have in there to give it like a worn piece of leather. And that's kind of that look that we're going for. So now taking that, I'm going to apply some glue. And then that is gonna go across our card, just like so. Getting that to stick down. Okay, our little birds are going to get popped up with some dimensionals. Absolutely, Cheryl. These would be perfect for a Christmas card. I was actually looking at our, oh my gosh, I can't even hang on to these. We have the paper, the nests, where is it? I pulled it out earlier today because I was actually going to make a bonus card. Where did I put that paper? Oh my gosh. Oh, there it is. So this came out last year. This is the Nests of Winter, and it actually goes with the embossing folder that I used on that first card. But this has all these little greeneries in here, these trees that look like they're in the snow, and I was actually going to use this paper on one of the cards. So maybe I might, if I go ahead and make a card with what I had kind of going on in my pea little brain, I will do that as a bonus card later in the week, and I'll post that over on my blog. But yeah, I was thinking this definitely, especially when you see that shaded spruce color, it's like, oh, it screams Christmas. And everybody can use a little Christmas in July. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and that's gonna go, again, another very simple, but kind of more on the elegant side because we've done so much more to the background for detail, but giving it, I think it looks very fall-ish. I was actually going to, what did I do with them? I had another set of leaves, but I don't know where I put them. Anyways, let's come in with some of our neutrals adhesive back sequins. I think I'm going to use these. I was thinking maybe brown, but now I don't think I like those. I mean, gold would look good, but those gold ones are just a little too much for... Ooh, wait a minute. What are these? Those are pecan right there. Those might be good. What are those? Those are natural matte dots. We've got those that we can use, or... no. Yeah, I think we might actually go with those. Oh, these actually came with that Nests of Winter set last year. Those are, let's do those. Those are some pecan, but they're shimmery. I kind of like those. I'm trying to remember what the other color is up underneath here. Oh, see, that's, you have basic beige, like a vanilla, and then the garden green, and then you've got the pecan. So we're gonna go ahead and go with some of these. So let's put one right up over there. Put a couple of little ones. And then that adds just a little bit of shimmery bling on there. So let me show you. So when I was kind of trying to, oh, and of course now I don't know where I put that piece. Did it fall on the floor? Oh, there it is. So when I was playing with this last week, creating these cards, I looked at doing white on this. So here's that same color scheme, but just on white. So if you were to do white on there, white looks kind of good too. It's just definitely a different look to it. It is very kind of in your face, but I wanted to stay with more of that muted tone. When I made my other one, I did the smaller. I used the second from smallest on this one, and it just seemed like it was just too small. Like I just tried to put something on there. I like this bigger one on there. I think it turned out much prettier. But there is the same little thing in white, so you guys can decide, you know, if you go ahead and you make this and you already have this set, you can see what you like better, if you like it in white or if you like it in the crumb cake. What do you guys think? When you see it, do you like that stark white on there where it just looks kind of more of a clean, or do you like the more vintage look with the crumb cake? Okay, so let me grab an inside for this card. The white is too bright. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I thought, that it just seemed like it kind of stood a little too bright on a card that's kind of muted down like this. I just thought that that crumb cake really kind of gave it that antique-y, vintagey look that I was trying to go for. Okay, so I am going to put the inside to my card. Now I think I might, they're not the same kind of birds, but I was thinking I might just put one of these little guys in here. Just like that. Now if we want to, we can come in there and we can color those as well. We can give them kind of the little orange bellies, and but I think I'm just gonna leave it the black and white for now until I decide what I want to do with that card. But that is definitely, it just brought those the fall feels to me. So there's card number 2. All right, let's do card number 3. Okay. So we have a piece of Calypso Coral. This is going to be our card base. This is 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. There is our base. Now we have a piece of Petal Pink. This measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Now what we're going to do with this is we are going to bring in, again, another new embossing folder. This is called Pressed Flowers. Embossing folder. You're welcome, Kim. I know when I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. But then the more I kept looking at it, I was like, you know what? I'm sure I could do so many cute different things with that. And so I knew I had to have it. And I like that reversible part of it because it really does kind of simplify it. And I have quite a few people that I know that love birds. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this folder is I'm going to leave this top portion unembossed, and I'm just going to bring this pattern around like so. So let me run that through. Now again, this is not a 3D folder, so it simply just needs to be on the plate 1 and then with the 2 number 3 plates ran through. Please make sure that you put your hinged in of your folders. Always put those in first so you don't get any warping. Like if you were to put it in this side where it opens, sometimes one can get a little bubble in it and then it can break your hinge. So I always suggest that you put your hinge side in first. Okay, so there is what that turns out looking like once we emboss that. Okay, that is going to be our next layer on that Calypso Coral. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere that down. Okay, there's that. I need a scrap of old olive, and that is going to be for, again, bringing in the Nested Essentials. I'm going to bring the second from smallest of whatever you want to call that shape. And I'm going to place that on there. I'm going to run that through the embossing machine, and when I do, I get this piece right there. What is that shape called? Does anybody know? This. Because I would love to have a name for that shape, but this shape, whatever this is, and I just don't know what it is. Okay, that piece is then gonna go right like so. But first we need a scrap piece of white. Now what we're going to do on this white is we are gonna take both of these intertwined birds that look like their little noses are touching. Well, it doesn't look like it, they are. Their noses are touching. They are just little love birds is what I want to consider them. This might be a good, me and my husband's anniversary is coming up in September. This might be a good little anniversary card for him. Maybe do it in different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna take this bird, or these birds, since I do have two of them, and we're gonna place them right there. We are then going to grab this little twiggy piece. Now this twig is the one that only has one branch sticking on it, because we do have the other one that has 1, 2, 3 branches like sticking out. I'm using the one right here that has 1, 2 on it. And so what I'm gonna do with that is I'm going to grab my crumb cake, and I'm going to take that, and what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to stamp one going right like so, and then the other one I'm gonna turn it where now that longer branch is going up, and I'm going to pull it just right to the edge, and I'm going to stamp it. Okay, so when you see what I'm going to do, when I cut this, I'm going to cut them, I'm going to fussy cut them together. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I already have one cut out for you, but I just want to show you that I continue with my snips to continue following that around like so. So when I cut them out, I'm going to have both pieces just like this be together. So I want them with that little bit of space in there is going to work for me. Then what I need to do is I need to cut, or I need to stamp a bunch of leaves. So you've got these 2 single leaves right here. So we need to do some in, so here's the larger leaf and here's the smaller leaf. And I just need to do a bunch in, so I'll do like 2 large and 2 or like 5 small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then I'm going to clean those off. Now whether or not I use all of those, doesn't matter. I'll just at least already have them stamped and ready to go. Then I need to take my old olive and pretty much do the same thing. I'm gonna stamp 1, 2, 3, 4 in the large, and we'll do 3 in the small. Just like so, okay? Then I'm going to go like that. And then we will come in and cut those leaves out. Now, I will not torture you by making you sit here and watch me cut out all of these leaves. That would be mean. I would leave my own video if I had to watch myself cut out that many leaves. So I went ahead and did you guys the honor of already cutting my leaves out ahead of time. So you're welcome. So I have all these little leaves, and I actually have them all in a little bag right here that we're gonna just go ahead and stick onto our card. But first, let's go ahead and get these beautiful little birds. Let's get some color on them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use Old Olive, I'm going to use Calypso Coral, and Pretty Peacock for my birds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to come in with my light Old Olive and just going over the top portion of their heads here. Just gonna get some of that light ink added on there. Get that kind of saturated. Come in with the dark. I'm just going to put some of the dark right towards the bottom and bring it up like so. I'm also going to color in that with dark. Come back in with my light and let's add some of the light to there just to kind of soften that up. All right, and then I'm gonna do this feather right there with the dark, with the light, and then bring in stop rolling pin. Just lightly bringing in some of that dark to kind of make that have a little bit of shadowing. Okay, so it all kind of blends. Then we're done with those. Let's bring in our Calypso. So bringing in Calypso, I'm going to stay right in here. This is light Calypso. I'm gonna come around these feathers here. Okay, and while that part is still wet, I'm going to bring in the dark and I'm just going to kind of go over those little marks that is already in my stamp. I'm going to kind of add some dark down here. Okay. Oh, and I want to do some right here in where his wings are kind of coming together. And then again, bringing that light to soften it all up and blend that out a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. Okay, grab the dark. And again, on all those little feathered marks that they have put on there, I'm just going to darken some of those up. I am going to darken up his feet here. We're gonna do those dark. Okay. And then let's bring the light in one more time, soften everything up. Okay. And you can keep going over that and keep softening it up with the light. I'm gonna call that good. I do need to come over here and do this wing right here. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna do his pecker again with the same color that we did his feet in the Calypso. All right, now let's do our pretty peacock. So there's that. I'm gonna come in here and do these. Actually, I might use this card. My parents' anniversary is on the 15th of this month. I can actually give them this card. Okay, soften this up a bit. Yeah, my parents, well, he's my stepdad, but my mom and my stepdad got married the year after me and my husband got married. So, like us, we got married the same year my son was born. So this year it's going to be 20 years for us. So for my parents, I know it's going to be 19 years. So it kind of makes it easy to have to remember everybody's days coming up, because trust me, I don't always remember how many years, but this one was a no-brainer. Whenever I think of how old my son is, then I know how many years I've been married. And then I just obviously subtract one for my parents, and that it works. I forgot to do the feathers down here on the tail. So I'm gonna do those before I keep going. Okay, so this is my light and dark. Okay, make sure. All right, so now let's go over here to this side. Woo! Did you see that, you guys? Oh my Lord, I almost dropped my pen on my pretty little picture. That would have not been good. I'd have been pretty sad. So sad. Being us fumble fingers. Okay, we're gonna do it over here. Okay, and now let's finish off their tails. Shake a tail feather. Okay, there are our beautiful little intertwined birds. And so now I don't already have one of these pre-cut, but hey, guess what? This is very easy to cut. And Miss Kimberly, you definitely need the set because you're not afraid to grab your scissors. You actually, in fact, like to fussy cut. So this would be the perfect set for you. And I like that they did keep it simple with the designs. I mean, these are very intricate in here, but as far as being able to cut these out, they really kept it very simple. And obviously they have to, in order to make the back of that stamp, be able to stamp the image on the inside. I know, I'll never forget, Kimberly, that you're the person who loves to fussy cut. I will never forget the first time you've ever told me that. And see, and I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan. Like, don't sign me up for fussy cutting. I'll do it on something like this, but as far as when I see people fussy cutting flowers out of designer series paper, you got me messed up, because that is not for me. That's why I love it when they make dies that cut out the flowers from the designer series paper. So because I won't do it. That's just not my jam. So that paper will stay pretty the way it is if I'm not trying to cut it. Okay, there's our beautiful birds. Now, these birds I definitely think need a little bit of Wink of Stella. What do you guys think? Oh, they almost look like they pop out of the picture. They're so pretty. I love, oops, that is not a Wink of Stella. They almost seem like they are so lifelike. It's kind of crazy. Okay, now we are gonna go ahead and get all of our little leaves and our little image here. So I've gotta see, because when I go to put this on here, I don't want it that low. I think I want it about right like so. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna adhere that down. So I'm thinking right where it kind of starts to go to where there's nothing, that's a good place to line up the top of this. Did anybody ever tell me the shape of this? Did I miss you guys telling me that? Because I asked, but then I didn't look back up. Or what do you guys call that shape when you're describing it? Let me scroll back up and see if anybody told me and I missed it. Why is my, there it is. A long hexagon. Okay, that makes sense. Like a stretched hexagon. Okay, that works for me. Kimberly said that her anniversary is in September 2. Theirs is the 13th and is 28 years. That is fabulous. Oh, congratulations, Kim. That's awesome. That's why we are leaving to go to Oregon later in September this year, because we want to spend our anniversary up there. Okay, so now the reason why I left this gap in here is because I want that tail right here to be kind of covering where those branches are kind of in the space, so that you never know that I put two branches together. It looks like it's all one branch flowing. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere that down. Whew, it's cooled off a little bit. Now we're down to 97. It's so crazy when you walk out at night. Like, my husband goes to bed pretty early because he has to get up so early in the morning because he has to be to work early. So he's normally up by like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And I'm normally just getting ready to go to bed when he's getting up. So I make sure I have his coffee made for him and everything when I go to bed. So the coffee pot will start for him and whatnot. And where was I going with that? Oh, that's what I was going at. Is that at night, so I'll take because the dog stays out with me and he won't go to bed until I go to bed. So before I go to bed, I take the dog out to go potty, and it is still like in the 90s or the very, very high 80s when I go to take the dog out. And sometimes it's just, ugh, will it ever just cool off, even at night? That's why we had to take our hot tub down for the summer, because who the heck can go out there in that kind of heat? That's just gross. Sit out there and sweat in the hot tub. No thanks. I like getting in the hot tub when it's nice and crisp and cool out, and it feels so good stepping in that hot water. Not like, because right now my mom's pool actually feels like a hot tub because the sun has been so hot and it doesn't cool off at night. So therefore the pool doesn't have any time to cool down. It's kind of gross. You go get in the pool and you feel like you're in a bathtub. Okay, so here are all my leaves. Now, did I count how many I made? No, I just went ahead and went for it. So I'm gonna take a small little shaded spruce one with my old olive here, and I'm just gonna put two of those together like so, and then put a dot of glue right here and put my leaves on like that. Okay, there's those. Let's do another little old olive right here. Okay, let's grab a big shaded spruce. We're gonna do him right here, hanging down. A small shaded spruce coming out right here, and a large. Now I have no idea, when I look at these leaves, I don't know what is up or down. Story of my life. But I don't really care. I'm just putting them on there because I just want to give some texture to this branch and these birds that they're sitting here just having a grand old time, hanging out, being lovey-dovey on their branch. Oh, I guess now that I look at him, the vein goes all the way to the bottom of this branch, so that would make sense. I mean, of the leaf. Okay, let's put a dot of glue right there. Let's stick these ones coming up. Now, you might ask, why didn't I use Pretty Peacock? Well, I pondered whether or not I was going to use Pretty Peacock in the leaves, but I thought I wanted my birds to really be a different color than my leaves. So that's why I only did a touch of the old olive, because I knew I was going to do some old olive leaves, and I knew my image down, or my what did you call it, stretched out hexagon was going to be the old olive. I just really like the color combination with the Calypso, the pink and that I thought, you know what? Nope, my leaves are going to be a completely different color. So that's why I went with the leaves being Old Olive and pretty and shaded spruce. So there, now you can kind of see that a little bit up close. So we do have some, if we wanted, we've got some little petal pink there, or yeah, whatever that color is. What did I say it was? Petal pink, that's right. So I've got some little gems right there, but I don't think I want that. Let's see, what could we use? I mean, those are pretty peacock. I don't know. I don't know if I like gems on there. I think I almost kind of like it the way it is. I don't think I'm going to add anything to it. I think that might take away from my birds. But I am going to show you my other card, and you guys can tell me what you like. If you like, say yay or nay. I added a heart in between the two birds on this card because, see, we have the little heart that is in this stamp set. And so I went ahead and I added it on here, but then I knew that I was going to show you guys with or without it, and you guys can tell me what you think. So let me hold them up. Do you like it with the heart or without? I kind of like it both ways, to be honest with you. I guess it just depends on who you're giving it to. And I definitely, oops, sorry. I definitely like that I did the birds darker over here than me just doing them lighter over here. I think this looks so much more defined and so much prettier than over there. And I did add Wink of Stella to this one, so they have a bit of shimmer and shine. You like it without? Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one without, and I'll leave that one with, just so I have one of each. So yeah, see, Kimberly said that she likes it both. Cheryl says, yeah, you like it with the darker. So, you know, I mean, it's everybody's preference on, and until you see it both ways, you don't really kind of know. So that's why I'm kind of glad that I did do one with it and one without, so then you guys can see what they look like both ways. So then if you choose to go ahead and recreate this, you're not stuck with doing it one way, but then you see a difference with it being done one way and with it being done a different way. I like doing that for you guys because sometimes when you only see one card in one aspect, you fall in love with it. But then when you see that there's another way of doing it, it kind of just really goes, oh, okay, I definitely like it like this now. So there is, whoops, we got to put an inside to this card. So let's do, whoops. What I think I'm gonna do is, since I have my branch and I still have my crumb cake, I think we are going to go ahead and take this branch, and I'm gonna stretch this branch right across here, like so, just like that. See how I just made those two centers connect? So again, we're still going with that same look, but we are gonna now add some stamped leaves on these. So we're going to, I don't remember what color I ended with, so we're gonna go ahead and clean these really quick because I don't need to be putting shaded spruce into my Old Olive if I ended with it first. Then I'm gonna take my big one, take another big one, and pop it right over. I'm gonna go this side. Okay, let's take our little one, go down here, here. Okay, now let's clean those again. Let's grab Shaded Spruce. Now we could leave it like that, but I think we definitely need to bring in the other green. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead and not keep going because I know I can get a little psycho and we don't need to. All right, let's glue this on the inside, and we have now got card number 3. The other nice thing about having just a single stamp set is it's affordable, because then you can afford to buy a couple packs of paper, or you can buy, you know, some ink pads, whatever you don't have to complete the card. Then you're not worried about spending so much money on just a stamp set with dies, and that was your budget. Now, with something like this, you can create so many beautiful cards using this fabulous stamp set. And you already have inspiration right here for you to use to go ahead and create these 3 beautiful cards. Also, you've got the inside of the catalog that you can see this set that gives you 3, I think it was 3 cards in there that give you more inspiration as well. So, and then, you know, there's always Pinterest that can help you out too. So there is tons and tons of great ways that you can use this set. And again, that is called the Feathered Fun. And so when you spend $35 with me this week or more through July 13th, I will send you all the cardstock you need to create this beautiful card kit here and share these cards with your loved ones. Don't forget to share and throw up that thumb for me. Give me some love on this set. I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing this with you, and you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. I will see you guys next week, which will be on the 14th. So you guys have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. Stay cool if you live somewhere hot. Stay warm if you live somewhere cool. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.